And moving on to the last part of this session, where we shall learn about how to calculate the area of the triangle and some of its properties when the three vertices in the Cartesian coordinate system are given to us. Let's understand few of these points. So it says if A of x1, y1, B x2, y2 and C of x3, y3 are any 3 points, right? So as we see, these are 3 points in the coordinate system. The x and y coordinates for each of these points have been specified. So if these are the 3 points, then the area of the triangle ABC, the area of the triangle formed by these 3 points ABC will be given as half of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. So simply substitute the coordinates in the formula here to get the area of the triangle ABC, right? Half of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2, right? And remember, sometimes we may get a negative value when we simplify this formula by substituting the given values. But since the area cannot be negative, we just need to take modulus of that given value, or simply consider the magnitude as the area of the given triangle ABC. Then next point here, it says the points A, B and C are collinear if. So the points A, B and C, the 3 points here are collinear. What does it mean by points being collinear? When we say that 3 points are collinear or a given number of points are collinear, it indicates that all the 3 points lie on the same straight line. Alright. So the 3 points A, B, C are collinear implies A, B and C are on the straight line, right? They are forming a single straight line. If the area of the triangle ABC equals to 0. Yes or no? That's obvious. If the triangle is 0, if the area of the triangle is 0, it indicates that the 3 points are on the straight line. Only when they are not in a straight line, we can make some triangle out of it and find out the area, right? There will be some considerable area. But when the area is 0, it's clear that the 3 points are on the same straight line, and hence we can conclude that the points are collinear. Or there's another way to verify if the points are collinear or not. What is that? The slope of the line AB should be equal to slope of AC. Slope of the line AB should be equal to slope of the line AC, or the slope of the line passing through the points A and B will be equal to slope of the line passing through the points A and C. Yes or no? What is slope? Slope is the tangent of the angle, tan theta, where theta is the angle made by the line passing through the 2 points with respect to the positive x-axis. So the angle made by the line passing through A and B is equal to the angle made by line passing through the points A and C. So it's obvious that A, B and C are in a straight line. If their slopes are equal, it's clear that the 3 points are in a straight line. Right? And this second condition here also shows that if the slope of AB is equal to slope of AC, then out of the 3 points, 1 point lie on a line which passes through the other 2 points. For example, let's consider a line passing through A and B. If the slopes are equal, implies the point C is on the line passing through A and B. Likewise, if we consider the line passing through A and C, then the point B will be on the line passing through A and C. And if we consider the line passing through BC, the 2 points B and C, then the point A has to be on that line which passes through B and C. So there are different ways of verifying if the given points are collinear, right? Simply the area of the triangle ABC should be 0, or the slope of the line passing through A and B should be equal to the slope of the line passing through A and C. Moving on to the next point, the centroid of the triangle ABC is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. So here the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle can be taken as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. So that's basically the average of the coordinates of the points A, B and C. By the way, what is meant by centroid? Centroid is the point of intersection of medians of the triangle ABC, right? It is the point of intersection of medians of the triangle A, B and C. And what is a median? Median is a line joining a vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. Alright, so we'll have 3 medians in a triangle, and the point of intersection of these 3 medians is called as centroid. Basically, this is the point where the entire weight of the triangle is concentrated. And it can be calculated as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. So that's a very simple calculation. And the next point here is about circumcenter, right? The circumcenter of the triangle ABC, if it is taken as O of x comma y, then OA will be equal to OB will be equal to OC. What is meant by a circumcenter? Circumcenter is the point of intersection of the perpendicular bisectors of the sides of the triangle, right? It is a point of intersection of the three perpendicular bisectors that we get for each of the sides of the triangle. So from this point of intersection, if we draw a circle, it will touch all the three vertices of the triangle, right? Such a point is known as circumcenter. So this is basically the center of a circle which touches all the three vertices of the triangle. And it's obvious that if it touches all the three vertices of the triangle, from this center to each of the vertices, the distance has to be equal, right? So if the center of circumcenter is O and the three vertices are A, B and C, then the distance OA should be equal to the distance OB should be equal to the distance OC. Basically the radius of the circle there, which is actually known as circumradius in this case, right? So simply circumcenter is, as you know, the point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors, right? So from this circumcenter, when we draw a circle, it touches all the three vertices, which implies that the distance from circumcenter to each of the vertices has to be equal. So we come to a conclusion that OA will be equal to OB will be equal to OC. Now we very well know how to calculate the distance between 2 points. Root over x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square, right? So we can just take these three equations. O is x comma y. We know what is x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. So we'll get different equations here, and by solving them, we'll be able to find out the circumcenter, right? And the point to be noted here is that since the three distances OA, OB and OC are equal, the squares of these distances should also be equal, right? So we can say that OA square equals to OB square equals to OC square, right? How do we measure the distance between 2 points? Square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So to get rid of that square root, we can take the square of each of these distances. So when we simplify this equation, we will be able to find out the coordinates x comma y, right? What do we get basically? If you take OA, what is the distance OA? OA is x comma y, A is x1 comma y1. So we can say x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square, right? This is OA square. OA will be root over this. So when we have taken OA square, we get x minus x1 square plus y minus y1 square. This should be equal to what? OB square. Now what is OB square? X minus x2 square plus y minus y2 square. And this should be equal to OC square. OC square is x minus x3 square plus y minus y3 square. So by simplifying this, we will be able to find out the coordinates of the circumcenter O of x comma y. And the last point here, in center, right? The in center I of x comma y can be taken as ax1 plus bx2 plus cx3 by a plus b plus c, ay1 plus by2 plus cy3 by a plus b plus c. Now, let us first understand what is an incenter. I am sure all of you understand that incenter is the point of intersection of the internal bisectors of the angles of the triangle. Right? It is the bisectors of the angles of the triangle. So we get three internal bisectors, and the point of intersection of all these three bisectors will give us the incenter. So from this incenter, when we draw a circle, it will touch all the three sides of the triangle. Unlike circumcenter, from which if we draw a circle, it touches all the three vertices. But incenter, from the incenter, if we draw a circle, it will touch all the three sides of the triangle. Okay. Now, as given by the formula, the coordinates of the incenter can be taken as ax1 plus bx2 plus cx3 by a plus b plus c, and ay1 plus by2 plus cy3 by a plus b plus c. We very well know what is x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. These are the x and y coordinates of the 3 points a, b, c. But what are these small a, small b and small c in the formula? It is nothing but, if you look at a is equal to the distance between the points bc, right? Basically we have a triangle ABC. So in that triangle ABC, the length of the side BC is equal to A. How do we measure the length of the side BC? Nothing but the distance between the 2 points B and C, which we know how to calculate, right? The distance between the 2 points B and C can be taken as root over x2 minus x3 whole square plus y2 minus y3 whole square. So small a is the length of the side BC. Likewise, small b is length of the side CA, and small c is length of the side AB. So when we have the triangle ABC, where the three vertices are given, we first need to calculate all the three lengths of the sides, right? A, B and C. And then use this formula, ax1 plus bx2 plus cx3 by a plus b plus c, and ay1 plus by2 plus cy3 by a plus b plus c to get the incenter of the triangle. So this is about the area of the triangle and some of its properties, basically the centroid, circumcenter, incenter and so on. Generally in competitive exams, questions based on circumcenter and incenter of the triangle are not asked. But however, it's always good if you remember the formula so that you are prepared for any surprises if we get in the future exams. However, questions based on area of the triangle and points being collinear and centroid of the triangle are common. So make sure that remember each of these formulae and apply them effectively so that you can get the required answer without any difficulty. Let us now take the first example from the last model, model 4 of coordinate geometry, where we shall discuss a few questions based on triangles. Let's look at the first one. Example 1, it says find the area of the triangle formed by the points obtained by the equations x equal to 4, y equal to 3 and 3x plus 4y equal to 12. And we need to find out the area in square units. We have 4 answer options here. Option A 10, option B is 12, option C is 6 and option D is 8. Right? So we have been given 3 equations. X equal to 4 is the first equation, y equals to 3 is the second equation and 3x plus 4y equal to 12 is the third equation. Now these 3 equations are nothing but 3 straight lines. So when these 3 straight lines intersect at different points, we get 3 vertices, right? And those 3 vertices will give us the area of the triangle, right? With the help of those 3 vertices, we can find out the area of the triangle. We have already learned that the area of the triangle, when the 3 vertices are given, can be taken as half of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. But the challenge in this question is those vertices have not been given directly. Instead, we have been given the equations of those 3 straight lines. So we need to solve these equations, get the 3 vertices and then substitute the values in the formula to get the area of the triangle. So that's one way of answering the question. What do? Solve the equations. We have got 3 different equations here. By solving them in pairs, we'll get 3 different vertices, right? Those 3 vertices will give us the area by using the formula. Otherwise, since the equations here are easy to interpret, right? X equal to 4. X equal to 4 is a straight line which is parallel to y-axis, right? Y equals to 3 is a straight line parallel to x-axis. And 3x plus 4y equal to 12 is also a easy one to understand, right? It can be taken in the intercept form. And we can easily identify the area of the triangle by just drawing these 3 lines on the coordinate axis. So let's try out with the help of a simple graph. What do? Just take the coordinate axis and see what the 3 vertices are. The first equation is x equal to 4. What does it mean by x equal to 4? This is the x-axis, right? And here we have got the y-axis. X is equal to 4. Let's say x is 4. X is 4. If x is 4, y coordinate is 0. So this is one of the lines, right? This is one straight line. This is x equals to 4. What's the other line? Y equal to 3, right? Y is equal to 3. Draw y equals to 3. Let's say this is 3. So if y is 3, x would be 0. So the point here is 0, 3. So this line would be parallel to x-axis, right? So this line is y equals to 3. Right? So one equation x equal to 4 has given us a line parallel to y-axis. The other equation y equal to 3 has given us a line parallel to x-axis. And now look at 3x plus 4y equals to 12. 3x plus 4y equals to 12. Let's convert this into intercept form, right? So 3x plus 4y equal to 12. 3x plus 4y equals to 12 can be taken as x by 4 plus y by 3 equals to 1. Dividing both the sides by 12. So 3x by 12 is x by 4. 4y by 12 is y by 3. 12 by 12 is 1. Now x by 4 plus y by 3 equals to 1. This is clearly the intercept form, right? Intercept form of the equation of a straight line. What does it mean? This line x by 4 plus y by 3 equals to 1 makes an intercept of 4 units on x-axis and intercept of 3 units on y-axis. Basically, x-intercept is 4, y-intercept is 3. So let's draw this line now. X-intercept is 4. X-intercept is 4 means what? The point where the line cuts x-axis will be 4. Right? So same point 4, 0. And y-intercept is 3. That means the distance from origin to the point where the line cuts y-axis is 3. Yes or no? We have already learned this. Intercept is nothing but the distance between origin and the point of intersection of the line with the axis, coordinate axis. So since x-intercept is 4, distance from origin to the point of intersection should be 4. Y-intercept is 3. So distance from origin, right? This is the origin here. Right? This is the origin. So from origin to the point where the line cuts, the distance has to be 3. Now draw a line. How do we draw this line? See, it cuts y-axis at this point and x-axis at this point, since the intercepts are 3 and 4 respectively. So draw a line now. This is the line. What line is this? 3x plus 4y equals to 12. Now, what are the three vertices? Look at it. What is a triangle? This is one of the lines, x equal to 4. The second line is y equal to 3. And the third line, 3x plus 4y equal to 12. So what is a triangle? This is the triangle that we get. Yes or no? These three lines, if you observe, is forming the triangle this way. Now, what are the three vertices? One of the vertices is 4, 0 clearly. The other vertex is 0, 3. What about this one? What is this point? Easy to identify, right? See, the distance from y-axis is 4. The horizontal distance is 4. And the vertical distance, what's the vertical distance? 3. So this point can be taken as 4, 3. So these are the three vertices, 0, 3, 4, 0 and 4, 3. Now that we have the three vertices, we can use the formula half of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. Right? Just substitute the three coordinates, right? Three ordered pairs there. But if you look at the given triangle, the shaded region here, it is clearly a right angle triangle, right? Since we have two perpendicular axes. This line is parallel to y-axis and the line here is parallel to x-axis. So clearly if two lines are parallel to x-axis and y-axis respectively, the point of intersection will be the right angle, right? This is a right angle triangle. How do we get the area of a right angle triangle? Half into base into height, right? Let's take this is the base. So what is this length? What is this length? From 0 to 3. 3 units. Right? If this is the base. What is the height? This is the height, let's say. Right? Or we can consider this as the base and this as the height. Nothing wrong with that. So what is this distance now? From 0 it is 4. So 3 units and 4 units. Half into base into height. Area of the triangle or area of a right angle triangle is half into base into height. Just substitute the values. So half into the base is 3, let's say, and the height is 4. Or otherwise the base is 4 and the height is 3. Gives us the same answer, right? What happens? This goes 2 times 3 into 2, 6 units. So the area of this triangle will be option C, 6 units. Again, understand that because I am explaining in a detailed way by drawing all these lines, it takes so much time. But if you are smart enough, you can quickly understand what are the three vertices and find out the answer using the area of right angle triangle formula, right? So that's one way of solving this question. And remember, we have followed this method because the equations were very easy to draw. X equal to 4, y equal to 3, and this was also in intercept form. Right? If the equations are, not so easy to draw, right? If all the three equations are in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0, then how do we get the answer? Then we'll have to find out the points of intersections, right? For example, equation number 1 and equation number 2, solve. By solving, we'll get the values of x and y. That is one of the vertex. Then equation 2 and equation 3. By solving equation 2, equation 3, we'll again get x and y. That is the second vertex. And solving equation 3 and equation 1, we get the third vertex. Once we get the three vertices, we can find out the area. Let's solve this question in the other way as well, the regular method, right? If three equations are given, how do we do, right? Anyway, we know the answer is 6 units, which is option C. But let's see, how do we solve the three equations? Now, if you look at equation 1, see, this is our equation 1. This is equation 2 and equation 3. Now, if you look at equation 1 and 2, what are equations 1 and 2? Equation 1 says x equal to 4. Equation 2 says y equals to 3. So I can say that the vertex A, x comma y, is equal to 4, 3. Directly we know the values, right? Or we can take x1, y1. x1, y1 is 4, 3, right? By solving, there's nothing to solve. Directly the values are given. Now let's solve equation 2 and equation 3. What happens? Equation 2 and equation 3 if we solve, right? Let's say this is vertex B, x2, y2, x2, y2, right? Now solve 2 and 3, what happens? Equation 2 clearly says y is equal to 3. So we know that y is 3. What we have to calculate is x here. How do we calculate x? Substitute y equals to 3 in this place. What do we get? 4 into 3, 12. 12 minus 12, 0. X will be equal to 0. X is 0. 0, 3 is the second vertex. And how do we get the third vertex? Solve the third pair of equations. Equation 1 and equation 3. Or equation 3 and equation 1. Right? Now look at equation 1. It directly says x is equal to 4. So the third vertex, which is x3, y3, let's say, C of x3, y3, we know that the value of x is 4. It is directly given there. Now if x is 4, how much is y? Substitute x equals to 4 here. 3 into 4, 12. If this is 12, y has to be 0. So 4, 0. So we have got the three vertex A, B and C. Now that we know the three vertices, we can find out the area of the triangle. So if it is not so easy to plot and get the answer, you can follow this method. And in cases where the equations are not so easy to draw, as I mentioned, right? Ax plus by plus c form. If that form is given, then we'll have to solve the equations to find out the three vertices. Once we get the three vertices, you can do all the different types of questions, right? Be it based on area of the triangle, or in center of the triangle, or centroid of the triangle, or circumcenter of the triangle. Let us now take another example based on finding out the area of the triangle when the three equations are given. The question says, find the area of the triangle formed by the lines 5x plus 7y equals to 35, 4x plus 3y equals to 12 and x-axis. And the area here has to be calculated in square units. The options are 160 by 13, 150 by 3, 140 by 3 and 10. And let me also tell you that this is one of the earlier SSC CGL exam questions. So like in the previous case, here we have been given three equations. First one is 5x plus 7y equals to 35. The second one is 4x plus 3y equals to 12. And the third one is x-axis. So three equations here represent the three lines. So when we find out the points of intersections, we'll get the three vertices. And then we can get the area. Alright. Now, equation number 1 and equation 2 are clearly specified. 5x plus 7y 35 and 4x plus 3y equals to 12. But look at equation number 3. It says, find the area of the triangle formed by these lines and x-axis. Well, x-axis is also a line. But how do you define x-axis? What is the equation of x-axis? Y equals to 0, right? We have learned this earlier. The equation of x-axis is y equals to 0, right? Likewise, the equation of y-axis is x equal to 0. Why do we say equation of x-axis is y equal to 0? Because on x-axis, the y coordinate is equal to 0 always. So now, if you look at the question, we have got three equations. 5x plus 7y equals to 35, 4x plus 3y equals to 12. And instead of calling it as x-axis, let's say y equals to 0. Three equations. Find out the points of intersections and then get the area, right? So let's say this is equation number 1. Here we have equation 2 and equation number 3 is x-axis, which is y equals to 0, right? So let's solve equation 1 and 2, right? Equations 1 and 3, let's say equation numbers 1 and 2 first, right? 1 and 2, equation numbers 1 and 2, right? What do we get? 5x plus 7y equals to 35. And 4x plus 3y equals to 12. 4x plus 3y equals to 12. Understand, why are we not going ahead with plotting these lines on the graph? We can do that. This can be expressed in the intercept form, right? X by 7 plus y by 5 equals to 1. Even this can be expressed in intercept form. X by 3 plus y by 4 equals to 1. But the point is, though we know the x and y intercept, we cannot find out the point of intersection directly from the graph. We have to solve the equations. So there is no point in drawing these lines on the graph and wasting our time. Just go ahead and find out the vertices. So we are solving equations 1 and 2 now. 5x plus 7y equals to 35 and 4x plus 3y equals to 12. You very well know how to solve linear equations, right? Let's try to make the coefficients of x equal. So we'll multiply equation number 1 with 4 and equation number 1 with 2 with 5. So this will be equal to 20x plus 28y equals to 140. And from this we get 20x again plus 3 into 5 15y equals to 12 into 5 60. So upon solving, what do we get, right? X and x anyway gets cancelled, 20x and 20x. 28y minus 15y is 13y. 13y equals to 140 minus 60 is 80. So we can say y is equal to 80 by 13. So the y coordinate of the intersection of these two lines is 80 by 13. Now that we have got y equals to 80 by 13, we can substitute this value in any one of the equations and we'll get the value of x, right? So substitute y equals to 80 by 13. Let's substitute in equation number 1. So what do we get? 5x plus 7 into 80 by 13 equals to 35. So from this we can say, see if we take 5 common, so 5 ones, 5 into 16 and 5 into 7. Alright. So we can say x will be equal to 7 minus 7 into 16. Right. What is 7 into 16? It will be 70 plus 40 to 112. Right. 112 divided by 13. Or for the simplification we'll give 7 into 13. Right. Which is 91. Right. 91 minus 112 which is minus 21, minus 21 by 13, right? 91 minus 112 is minus 21 by 13. So the x coordinate is minus 21 by 13. So with this we have got both the x and y coordinates. So we can say that the first vertex, right, by solving equations 1 and 2, we have got the first vertex, let's say a, which is equal to minus 21 by 13 and the y coordinate 80 by 13. Let us now solve the other equations, right? Equation number, equation numbers 2 and 3. Equations 2 and 3, right? What is equation 2 here? 4x plus 3y equals to 12. Equation 3, y equal to 0. I think this should be easy to solve. Since we know that y is directly equal to 0, we can say here the vertex B will have the ordinate equal to 0. The y coordinate equal to 0, right? Y equals to 0. Substitute y equal to 0 here, what do we get? 4x equal to 12, which means x equals to 3. That's the vertex, right? So that's like again solving the equations, but very easy to solve since we know one of the coordinates. Likewise, equations 3 and 1. You need not write all these steps in the exam. You can cut down the number of steps. I'm just trying to give you the detailed solution, right? Now, if you get the third vertex, equation 3 and 1. Again, we know y is equal to 0, right? Y coordinate is 0. Substitute 0 here. So 5x equals to 35. X will be equal to 7. That's it. So these are the three vertices. Minus 21 by 13, 80 by 13, 3, 0, 7, 0. Now that we know the vertices, just substitute the values in the formula. What is the formula? Half of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2, right? So we can say, let me just clear the other part here. So I think the three vertices are minus 21 by 13, 80 by 13 is one of them, and the others are 3, 0 and 7, 0. Now let's substitute the values in the area of the triangle formula. So the area of the triangle ABC will be equal to half of, right, x1. What is x1? Minus 21 by 13. x1 into y2 minus y3. y2 minus y3. y2 minus y3 is 0. Plus x2. What is x2? 3. x2 into y3 minus y1. So 0 minus y1 minus 80 by 13 plus x3. What is x3? 7. 7. x3 into y1 minus y2. What is y1? 80 by 13 minus 0. 80 by 13 minus 0. That's it. So this anyway is cancelled, right? 0. Now 3 into minus 80 by 13 plus 7 into minus 80 by 13, right? Simplify this. So half of 3 into minus 80 by 13 plus 7 into 80 by 13. So again, if you take 80 by 13, what do we get? 7 minus 3, right? This can be taken as minus 3 into 80. So 80 by 13 is common, 7 minus 3 is 4. So this will be equal to half of 4 into 80 by 13. This goes 2 times. So finally we can say the answer is 160. 2 into 8 is 160. 160 by 13, right? 160 by 13 is option A here, right? So this gives us the area of the triangle, 160 by 13. So I know finding out the vertices would take some time, but if you are very quick in solving the equations, it wouldn't be difficult, right? So quickly get the vertices of the triangle, all the three vertices of the triangle there, and substitute in the formula to get the required answer. Let us now take the next one from model 4. Example 3, it says a triangle is formed by x-axis and the lines 2x plus y equal to 4 and x minus y plus 1 equals to 0 as the three sides. Now taking the side along x-axis as its base, find the corresponding altitude of the triangle. Alright, so we have been given how the triangle is formed, right? The triangle here is formed with the help of x-axis and the two lines 2x plus y equal to 4 and x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. Now it says we have to consider the x-axis as base of the triangle. Right? If x-axis is the base of the triangle, what is the corresponding altitude? Altitude or the height of the triangle. So let's see how to get the answer for this one. Now first and foremost, we need to know the vertices of the triangle, the three vertices of the triangle. So let's quickly find out the three vertices there. X-axis is y equals to 0, right? We know the equation for x-axis is y equal to 0. So if y is equal to 0, we are finding out the first vertex, right? Which is nothing but the point of intersection of y equal to 0 and this line, 2x plus y equal to 4. So if I can say the first point here is A, let's say the first point is y equals to 0 anyway. If y is 0, x will be equal to 2. Alright, then let's take the point of intersection of y equal to 0 and x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. So the second point will be again y is equal to 0, and if y is 0 we get x equals to minus 1. Now the third point will be the intersection of these two lines, 2x plus y equal to 4 and x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. So let's solve those two lines. 2x plus y equals to 4, 2x plus y equals to 4, and this is x minus y equals to minus 1, let's say x minus y equals to minus 1. So solve, plus y and minus y gets cancelled. We say 3x equals to 3, which implies x equals to 1. So x is 1. Now substitute back in the equation to get the value of y. X equals to 1. So 2 plus y equals to 4, which means y equals to 2, right? So x is 1, y should be equal to 2. Likewise, we can substitute here as well. 1 minus 2 will give us minus 1. So what is the third coordinate? 1 comma 2, right? The third coordinate, let's say c is equal to 1 comma 2, x equals to 1 and y equals to 2. So now we know the 3 coordinates. So as you see, this is how we just need to quickly find out the 3 vertices of the triangle, right? We need not write every set of equations there. If you are smart enough, you can easily do that by cutting down a few steps. Now let's try to understand this with the help of a graph. If you are clear with how the triangle looks like, you can directly say that the altitude of the triangle is going to be 2 units, right? The y coordinate of the vertex C. But for those who are not able to follow, let me just show this on the coordinate axis. So this is our xy plane, right? Now, what is the first point? 2, 0. This is point A, let's say, right? Point A. 2, 0. Y equals to 0, x equals to 2. What is the second point? Minus 1, 0. Now this is origin, right? This is origin. Minus 1 will be on the left side. So let's say this is B. B, which is minus 1, 0. Now look at the third point, 1, 2. The third point C here is 1, 2. That means x is equal to 1, y equals to 2. So somewhere here, approximately, right? X is 1. So it should be before 2, right? X equals to 2 here. This is 2. So this should be 1, let's say. And y is equal to 2. So kind of intersection of these two lines, right? This is 2 and this is 1. X equals to 1, y equals to 2. What do we get? The third point C, right? What is the point C? 1, 2. Now these are the 3 points A, B and C. The question says we have to consider the x-axis as the base. What is x-axis? This is x-axis. So this should be base. AB should be the base. First let's draw the triangle. This is how the triangle looks like, right? A, B and C. Now AB is the base. X-axis is the base. Find the corresponding altitude of the triangle. Altitude is nothing but the height of the triangle. Now if this is the base, what is height of the triangle? This is going to be the height of the triangle, right? This is height of the triangle, right? This height h. Now this height h is nothing but the vertical distance, vertical distance of point C, right? This is nothing but point C, which has got the coordinates 1, 2. Height of the triangle is the vertical distance of point C. What is the vertical distance of point C? 2 units. Yes or no? Vertical distance. Vertical distance is the distance from x-axis, which is nothing but y coordinate, 2 units. So we can say that the corresponding altitude or the height of the triangle will be 2 units. Right? So if you have this graph in your mind, if you can visualize this, you can directly say that 2 units will be the answer. Alright? The height is going to be 2 units. Because these 2 points lie on x-axis, that's the base. C will be above the base, right? And C has got y coordinate equal to 2, which is its vertical distance. And height is nothing but the vertical distance from the base. So 2 units is the answer for this question. And now, with the help of same 3 vertices, let's see what is the circumcenter of the triangle. The question has already been solved. Answer is 2 units. That is, the corresponding altitude of the triangle is 2 units. But we are just trying to understand how do we get the circumcenter of the triangle when the 3 vertices are given, right? So let's just clear the remaining part of the question here. So let's say the circumcenter is given by the point O, and we need to calculate the ordered pair xy, right? That is nothing but the coordinates of the circumcenter. Now we know that if the circumcenter is O, the distances OA, OB and OC are all equal, right? A, B and C are the vertices of the triangle, and since the circle that we draw from the circumcenter passes through all the 3 vertices, it is clear that OA, OB and OC has to be equal, and we have already taken this point in our earlier discussion. So all we need to do here is substitute these values, form the different equations and solve for x and y, right? Let's consider OA equals to OB, right? Or we can also say OA squared equals to OB squared equals to OC squared, right? Now what is OA? Right? How do we measure the distance? OA is nothing but x minus x1 squared plus y minus y1 squared equals to OB. OB can be taken as x minus x2 squared plus y minus y2 squared, where A is x1 y1 and B is x2 y2, let's say, right? And we are not taking under root because we have already considered the squares of the distances. Now solve this, we get x minus 2 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals to x minus of minus 1, right? So we get plus 1, x plus 1 squared plus y minus 0 squared. Right, so clearly y squared gets cancelled on both the sides. So what are we left with? X minus 2 square equals to x plus 1 square. So this implies x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals to x squared plus 2x plus 1, right? Just using a plus b or a minus b the whole square expansion. So x squared anyway gets cancelled. We get 6x equals to 3. 6x equals to 3 implies x equals to 1 by 2. So by solving OA square equals to OB square, we have got the first coordinate, x coordinate 1 by 2. Likewise, by solving some other equation, let's say OB square equal to OC square, we can calculate the y coordinate of the circumcenter. So let's find out the y coordinate now. X equals to 1 by 2. Let's consider the second part now. OB square equals to OC square. So what do we get? OB square equal to OC square? X minus b is minus 1, right? So x plus 1 whole square plus y minus 0 squared equals to OC square. So again, x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared. So this equation here corresponds to OB square equals to OC square. And now that we have already got the value of x equals to 1 by 2, we can directly substitute x 1 by 2 in this equation and find out the value of y. So 1 by 2 plus 1 whole square plus y square should be equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square, right? y minus 2 whole square can be expanded as y square minus 4y plus 4. So again we see that y square anyway gets cancelled on both the sides. 1 by 2 plus 1. 1 by 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 square is 9 by 4. 9 by 4 equals to, this will be minus 1 by 2 whole square. Minus 1 by 2 whole square is 1 by 4 plus 4 minus 4y. So from this we get 4y equals to 2, which implies y equals to 1 by 2. So the y coordinate of the circumcenter is also 1 by 2. So hence we can say that the circumcenter of the triangle here is 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2. So this is how, simply by using the identity OA square equals to OB square equals to OC square, where O is the circumcenter and A, B, C are the three vertices of the triangle, we can find out the coordinates of the circumcenter. So with this question, we come to the end of this topic of coordinate geometry. Just make sure that you remember all the different forms of equations of straight line, the formula for finding out the distance between 2 points, section formula, and the formula related to area of triangle and finding out its circumcenter, incenter, and centroid of the triangle, so that we can answer the questions in the exam without any difficulty. See you in the next session. Thank you.